Hey guys, Brady here, and I'm not sure if I did a video on this already, but if I did, I'm sorry. This is a repeat. But I just want to talk about movies that should have a Blu-ray, that should have had a Blu-ray by now, but don't. Um, yeah, I mean, like we live in a world where Howard the Duck has a Blu-ray. The remake, The Psycho, has a Blu-ray. This is the Vince Vaughn one. Captain America has a Blu-ray. I think this was a TV movie. This is Captain America. And Santa Claus Conquers the Martians has a Blu-ray. You know what doesn't have a Blu-ray? True Lies. Yeah, that doesn't have one. Raw Deal, Red Sonja. I mean, you could argue that Red Sonja is on Blu-ray in like England or London or whatever. Um, ooh, but there's no American release, which is weird. Hell, even Raw Deal has a foreign Blu-ray, I believe, as well. But how is that especially how as a movie that's as terrible as Howard the Duck? Actually, this is kind of a guilty pleasure of mine. But how does a movie like this have a Blu-ray, but not The Abyss or True Lies? That's not hell. Arnold Schwarzenegger's other movie from 1994, because in 1994 he did Junior and True Lies. Junior has a Blu-ray, but not True Lies. And why doesn't The Abyss have? Why isn't James Cameron releasing The Abyss and True Lies on Blu-ray? I mean, he just recently released Titanic about 7 years ago now, actually. Wow, 7 years. Wow, yeah. Titanic just got a Blu-ray 7 years ago. And what's it called? Yeah, and then like they keep releasing more and more movies, older movies, to Blu-ray. Like we also live in a world where the 5,000 Fingers of Dr. T, it's an old movie from the 50s. I saw that in fourth grade actually. Saw half of it. I liked it. That has a Blu-ray. It's a Dr. Seuss movie. I think he like wrote it or something. So yeah, he wrote a movie, and that has a Blu-ray. Um, the movie about the Hindenburg disaster from the mid 70s called The Hindenburg, appropriately, has a Blu-ray. Fahrenheit 451. I know that the Michael B. Jordan movie just released to HBO like last year. They also had the DVD at Walmart. But the original, directed by Francis Truffaut, the French director, he was in Close Encounters of the Third Kind. That has a Blu-ray for Fahrenheit 451. It's from 1966. So yeah, like why don't see, like I made a list of movies that don't have a Blu-ray yet that I think should. The Abyss, Kundun, which is a I think that's what the title of the movie. It's a Scorsese movie. It came out in the 1997. That has a Blu-ray. I mean, that doesn't have a Blu-ray. The Abyss doesn't have a Blu-ray. Explorers, which is another movie I saw when I was little, doesn't have a Blu-ray. True Lies, Raw Deal, Red Sonja, Oscar. I don't think Oscar has a Blu-ray. I could be, actually it might. I could be wrong, but it's on here anyway. Stop or My Mom Will Shoot. Small Soldiers, which is surprising. I think Small Soldiers should have a Blu-ray. I'm waiting for that to come out. Hell, this doesn't have a Blu-ray yet as well. What about Bob? I love this movie. I want a Blu-ray for this movie already. There we go. Get over there. Turner and Hooch is another one that I have that doesn't have one. Bringing Out the Dead, which is an obscure Scorsese title. The Weatherman, another Nicolas Cage movie. Bringing Out the Dead and Weatherman are Nicolas Cage movies. Heist, which is I think it's a movie. I think Danny DeVito is in it, And I know there's a movie that just came out recently called Heist. No, this is a different movie called Heist. That doesn't have a Blu-ray. Spartan, which came out in like 2004. It's a Warner Brothers movie. It doesn't have a Blu-ray yet. Oliver, not Oliver Twist, not Oliver and Company, Oliver with an exclamation point. The movie that came out in 1968, the same year as the of Planet of the Apes and 2001: A Space Odyssey, and Night of the Living Dead. That doesn't have a Blu-ray yet. And Orca, which is a Jaws ripoff, but at least that's what I heard. I heard it's a Jaws ripoff. That doesn't have a Blu-ray either. So some of these are like, yeah, well, some of these you're probably thinking, yeah, those don't really need Blu-rays. But if a musical that came out around the same time as Oliver, called 5,000 Fingers of Dr. T, have a Blu-ray, then I think Oliver should have a Blu-ray as well, because they're the same genre, same whatever. But like, definitely Small Soldiers should have had a Blu-ray already. Red Sonja, Raw Deal, and True Lies all should have had a Blu-ray already. I mean, the Terminator movies, they've had at least 3 different Blu-rays. At least 3. Toy Story had a bunch of Blu-rays. Taxi Driver has 3 Blu-rays. There's the Digibook that I have. There's the Steelbook, and then there's the Shout Factory release. There's 2 Blu-rays of the Avengers. Actually, all the MCU have that new thing to it, except for I think Spider-Man: Homecoming and whatever was released the last couple months. But yeah, like how does this have a Blu-ray and not the 3 Schwarzenegger movies I just named, or The Abyss? Like, you think a big movie like The Abyss and True Lies. Actually, I think True Lies may be a bigger movie. Actually, yeah, fuck it. True Lies should have a Blu-ray already. That's insane that it doesn't. But this, and this are all on Blu-ray. Is it Scream Factory or Shout Factory? Or is it both? This is a Scream Factory release. Speaking of Scream Factory, the Thing has 2 Blu-rays now. Yeah, I'm sure I could find more on my shelf. But, like, that's insane. Right? That's insane that these don't have a Blu-ray yet. What do you guys think should get a Blu-ray that isn't on Blu-ray yet? Do you guys agree with my list? Do you guys see if you could add more movies to this list? Tell me what you would want to see. Good night.